a Civil War soldier was framed for murder.
Some dubbed it Tennessee's most haunted spot.
The notches where the hanging happened still visible.
We're gonna need to re-listen to that because I swear
The Drummond Bridge.
that I actually heard.
Just beware.
Do you haunt this bridge? Or are you attached to the objects I brought with me myself?
The group of 16 men got Drummond, dragged him down this road to this bridge where he was found the next morning.
This is the murder bridge of Briceville, Tennessee. A haunt where not one, but two people were murdered. But before we discuss the murders of tonight's paranormal investigation, we have to set the scene with some pre-murder history. The Coal Creek Wars. Interestingly enough, this bridge has a very specific connection to Brushy Mountain State Prison, which I recently went back to investigate. So be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss that episode or any other future releases on the channel. The very reason Brushy was even built was because of the Coal Creek Wars and the aftermath of all the killing and profit grabbing. Back in the 1890s, the residents and workers of Briceville had a war on their hands. The Coal Creek War, to be specific. This whole war stemmed from the state of Tennessee using a controversial convict labor leasing system in which the state made agreements with most of the mine owners to replace well-paid miners with much cheaper or even free convict workers. This put most people in the area out of work. What up, guys? We are currently going to Drummond Bridge. This is... That dude just shot a f***ing gun because his dog was barking. Okay. That was crazy. So what the f*** just happened? We're walking over to Drummond Bridge right now. This is a place in Tennessee where literally a Civil War soldier was framed for murder because people were literally jealous that he was getting pussy. Like, they were sick of it, so they literally framed him for murder, and they brought him out here, and they hung him on the railroad tracks. Now, we're gonna try to walk up there, but apparently there's actually like rope marks from where he was hanging. Not only that, but there was a second murder here by the police who killed a guy because of the unions, because they were trying to unionize the mining, and the police are on the payroll for all the corporations, just like today, and they literally shot the dude on a horse, roughly right here. So, I mean, look at this little... It's a nice little rail bridge that is defunct, so it isn't going to be like the Pope Monster or anything like that. No trains will come on here, but tonight we're going to be investigating because they say that this is one of the most haunted places in Tennessee. So, I never heard of it. I got super excited because I was looking for places to go this weekend, and I just happened to stumble upon this one. Never heard of it before, and then all of a sudden everything started popping up about it. And I'm like, okay, like, this seems like a cool little spot. The miners in that area had no choice but to go through with their plans to form a union to protect themselves. 2 months later, the mine owner demanded that the miners sign the new contract. The miners refused, and on July 5th, the mine reopened using 100% prisoner leased labor. Not only that, but the mine owners demolished many of the miners' homes in order to build living quarters for the convicts. This obviously didn't sit well with the residents. So, on the night of July 14th, 1981, they surrounded the living quarters and forcefully marched all of the prisoners to the train station and sent them back to Knoxville. This act of defiance set off a chain of events that involved the governor sending in armed militia to assist the National Guard in silencing the miners' demands. It was an all-out war, physically and psychologically. So right now we're getting on top of the rail, and it's mossy, so we gotta be careful. But this is it. I saw this on the news. Apparently, this is where the rope was. Where the dude was literally hung. So we're gonna walk across this just to be a little dangerous. But this is the spot where Nick Drummond was hung because he got pussy. That's it, because he was a attractive man and the women liked him and people were jealous of that. On August 10th, 1893, the boarding house a man by the name of Richard Drummond was staying in was surrounded by soldiers. These men accused Drummond of killing Private William Lafferty after an altercation at a community dance. He was not given any opportunity to defend himself against his 16 accusers and was promptly hung up on the trestle of the bridge until he slowly took his last breath. It is not known whether or not Drummond had anything to do with the killing of Private Lafferty. What is known is that he was in fact found to be innocent during the trial after his death. It's rumored that Drummond was a ladies' man and was framed and killed, all because the ladies wanted him. Richard Drummond was potentially murdered for being a chick magnet that enraged lonely men who couldn't get any. To this day, there is a lot of false claims that Richard Drummond was guilty. That is not true. During the trial, it was determined by the jury that an unknown assassin had taken Private Lafferty's life and that Richard Drummond was not responsible, further backed up by witness testimony. But sadly, this was not the only life lost to the Drummond Bridge. I have really bad balance in life, so let's try to be really careful. But there's still metal beams behind, so I'll just walk right here. And tonight, we're gonna be doing this at dark. We may not come all the way out here, but I mean, there's a nice little creek. I mean, it's a beautiful little spot for a haunted location. Like, yeah, sure, it's creepy, but I mean, it's beautiful. Come out here and, you know, I'm sure kids come out here and swim and everything because there's a nice little bank. But now I'm not sure if that is a fact that that's where the rope marks are from when he was hung, but that's what they said on the news, because the news did a story on this. And the dude who was out here at the bridge, he showed that spot and said that's where it happened. My only issue with it is on the news, they gave the wrong address. The address they say in that news clip is literally not where this bridge is.
For those who do want to visit, the address for the Drummond Bridge is 531 Lower Briceville Road in Briceville, Tennessee.
And where they filmed it is here, but the address they gave is not right here. So I don't know what happened there, but what I will say is I brought some special items for this investigation because this involves the Civil War, and I have haunted objects that are based on the Civil War. There are Civil War reenactor hats and a Civil War axe that was given to me because they were supposed to be haunted. Now, I will say with those items, one of the hauntings is supposed to be mildly inconvenient pranks, which I thought was hilarious, but that's what it was supposed to be. And funny enough, after I got it, like a week later, one of my daughter's toys ended up inside a boot that my mom wears every day. And my daughter wasn't there. So was it the ghosts of that? I like to think it was. So we brought them with, and we're gonna see if maybe we can get some sort of connection so we can try to talk to any of the spirits that may still be here. In 1904, this time the military was not involved. Instead, a local sheriff deputy by the name of Calvin Burton killed a man by the name of Robert Harmon. In cold blood, Robert Harmon was shot to death in full view of witnesses who later testified on his behalf in court. Right next to the bridge, both individuals met each other, and Calvin Burton decided to execute Robert Harmon on the spot. Mr. Harmon cried out, "I am not a Union miner, and I have not been on strike." But his pleas fell on deaf ears, and he became another casualty. 2 unjust murders haunt this lonely, abandoned bridge in Tennessee. To this day, you can still see the marks from where Richard Drummond was wrongfully killed on this bridge. Reports of Drummond wandering along the bridge, professing his innocence to anyone foolish enough to set foot upon its decaying boards. Potentially even his accusers, who are ashamed of the deed they helped commit. Reliving the moment over and over again. Like, this little area has so much history. So I can't believe I've never heard about this, but when I found it, it like called out to me, and I just had to come. And I got a ticket on my way here from this steroid-ridden cop who gave me a ticket for going 55 in a 55. He disagreed. He said, we'll go to court. And I said, okay, so guys, if you want to help me with that, that ticket is $500 for going 55 in a 55. So you don't have to, but if you want to, join my Patreon, buy this awesome merch, whatever. So let's come back here at night and let's try to speak to anybody who may still be lingering around the Drummond Bridge. I'm excited. Let's do this. I will see you guys when it's dark out. Before we jump into the video, I just want to make it known that I do have a Patreon chock full of bonus investigations, behind the scenes stuff, photo dumps from trips, raw footage, unboxings of haunted objects, and even sneak peeks of my secret documentary that I'm working on right now. So if you like real paranormal, it is only $5 a month, and it really is one of the best ways to support me because YouTube is a very big platform. That's patreon.com/Dawson Toller to get unlimited access to any former or new bonus content I release on there. Thank you very much. Now let's get back into the investigation of the murder bridge. Welcome back, everybody. It is officially nighttime and I have the camera set up and the devices. So to start out the investigation, let me go ahead and show you guys the haunted objects. This right here, it's in a bag because it smells, but it's supposed to be an axe head from the Civil War. And these are the hats. Now the hats are actually reenactor hats. For some reason, they're supposed to be haunted. One of them is supposed to be a little boy that likes to play mildly inconvenient pranks. So we have the REM pod set up right there. We have the static box right there. We have the camera. We have another camera. We have the music box from Spotted Ghost. This music box is high quality. And let me tell you guys, I am not paid to say that. He did send me this music box, but I told him, I'm going to be honest, that is seriously like the most solid piece of ghost hunting equipment I've ever seen. Nobody puts the work into it. Everybody just throws together something cheap and sells it. That thing is worth every penny. And we are standing almost directly under where the man was hung, right here at Drummond Bridge. I'm super excited to get started. And first things first, we're gonna pull up Ghost Chatter. Ghost Chatter is an app that's created by one of my friends, Paranormal Encounters.
What do you know about us?
And the first thing it says is, what do you know about us? Now this app doesn't talk to ghosts, or it doesn't talk, it is not a ghost talking. What it is it's like a second person. It talks to ghosts with you. And it's awesome for solo investigators because a lot of you guys like to hear that the phone app talk. So, if Nick, if you're here,
Can you touch one of the devices we've set up?
that just scared me. There was like a dog that just like howled, which is really freaky because what if it's like a coyote or something? There is dogs around. I just heard it howl again. Nick, if you're here, I would like to get to know your story. I would like to talk to you. I heard that you got framed for a murder.
Can you show me a sign of your presence?
All because you were a good-looking man, you were a ladies' man. Apparently everybody was super jealous of you. And they killed you for it. They hung you here. Do you care to speak about that? If you step in front of that green light there, that is just a music box. And what it does is it'll just play a little musical tune, showing me that you're here, right here next to this stuff.
What are your intentions?
What are your intentions? Would you like to share your story with me? That sounds like it's getting close. Nick, I felt like something was drawing me your way. When I found out about this place, I've lived in Tennessee for a while now, and I've looked at all sorts of haunted locations, and never once have I come across this one until the other day. And I felt drawn to it, like I should come here. And if that was you, Nick, and you want to share your story, Mr. Drummond, I would really appreciate that because I want to hear from you. Do you know the exact person who killed you? What was that? Sounded like something fell. If the other man who was killed, who was shot by a police officer, if you're here with me, I would also love to talk to you and communicate with you. I had a run-in with a police officer myself today, so I can tell you.
Who do you seek to connect with?
That's a good question. There's a static box right there, and if you get next to that and you just rub your hands together or rub your clothes together and just create static electricity, it'll go off, showing me that you're here. That REM pod, you just touch it. And if maybe you're not Nick, or you're not the other man who was shot by the police officer, and you are attached to those objects that I brought with me, please show me some sort of sign. If this is Mr. Drummond, I know that you were in the war. Did you kill anybody in the war? It is so creepy out here, but yet beautiful. Like the creek, this little old rail bridge.
Are you going to communicate with me?
That's a good question. I would love for you to touch one of my devices. Or maybe speak into my ear. If you need energy, feel free to take it from any of those lights you see, including this one on my camera. I'm sure you know what a camera is, but if not, in these days, they have a lot of power, which you can take and use to communicate with me. I'm 25 years old. I never served in the military myself. How did it feel? Guys, I understand that I'm outside, but I just got like cold around my neck. There's a lot of bugs, so I'm gonna go lights out for a little bit to try to keep the bugs away from me, because they're obviously attracted to the light. And if I can keep the light down, then maybe, just maybe, I can keep the bugs away. Do you know who won the war? The war between the South and the North? The Confederates and the Union?
What do you remember about your life?
Speaking of that, I think we should run a quick EVP session. I thought I heard something. We should run a quick EVP session and see if somebody here wants to talk to us. Okay guys, so we're gonna run a quick burst EVP. I'm gonna ask 3 questions and leave space in between for them to answer, and then we'll replay it. Sorry for going night vision only, but I'm trying to keep the bugs away from me because it is May, meaning there's a lot of bugs out. If there's anybody here at this bridge, my name is Dawson. Could you say your name into this red light right in front of me? Do you haunt this bridge, or are you attached to the objects I brought with me myself?
What things do you miss the most?
Do you know who won the war? If there's anybody here at this bridge, my name is Dawson. Could you say your name into this red light right in front of me? Do you haunt this bridge, or are you attached to the objects I brought with me myself?
What things do you miss the most?
Do you know who won the war? We're gonna need to re-listen to that, because I swear that I actually heard something, probably more than what I've ever heard before. I don't know what was actually said, but it really did sound like something, and it was after I asked for the name. It was the first question. So I'm gonna enhance that in editing, and I'll tell you what I think of it, or if maybe I was moving at the time, which maybe caused some sort of noise that I didn't recognize, but that sounded promising. So maybe we'll do that again in a little bit. Could you say your name into this red light right in front of me? During review, I took a closer look and listened. At this moment, you can see my hand moving. I bump my microphone that is mounted to my main camera. This is the noise that we hear. And in real time, I thought I heard, "Get out." It turns out that it's just me, and it is an untagged movement. Were you trying to communicate? Were you talking into my voice recorder? If so, maybe you could touch one of my devices. Yeah, we're gonna have to go lights out. There's so many bugs. Let's go bring that other camera closer because that is ridiculous. If you're here with me and you still hang from this bridge or walk across this bridge or hang out near this bridge, maybe you could give me a knock on the wood beams. 2 little knocks. Quick break during the investigation to let you guys know that I have some pretty decent merch available for you, a family member, or even a stranger that you just met. Just go give it to them. There is multiple designs to choose from and multiple color schemes to pick if you can't wear white because you constantly spill spaghetti all over yourself. The day you finally decide to wear white, no shame, it happens to me all the time. We're all human. That's another discussion. Head down to the link in the description and go to my Streamlabs site to buy some merch today. Right now. This is what I mean though, guys, about how devices don't just go off. I have an ultrasonic music box, hasn't went off. I have the REM pod, hasn't went off. Even the static box, and we're outside and it hasn't went off. Which leads me to believe that when I had that trigger during the Patsy Cline investigation, it makes me think that it probably was something, because it's never went off other than that, other than when it was calibrating, or if I triggered it myself to demonstrate how it works. Do you like it when people come out here and hang out? If the little boy who haunts the haunted objects that I brought with me, the same one who put the toy in my mom's boot, if you were still with those objects and you were still with me, maybe you could touch one of the devices or make a knock, indicate to me in some sort of way that you're here with me. There's also believed to be a man attached to them. That's what I was told when they were given to me. If the man is attached, maybe you're a miner. Maybe you died in the coal mine that's not very far from here. Over 200 people died in that mine. And what's very sad is only about like 170 of them were identified, because they just like, sometimes random people would come and work for like a few days and they didn't have any paperwork on them. And there was about 35 or something like that of them. They don't know who they are. They're just unnamed people. Mr. Drummond, do you know that you're dead? If you don't, I'm sorry to be the one who had to break it to you. But you are. You've passed away. It's been really quiet, guys. That's just the way it goes sometimes. But I will say, this is a cool little place. I wish I wasn't here by myself. That way I could maybe enjoy it a little more. But either way, it's nice. I would definitely come out here and hang out. It'd be a nice little place to fish, drink a beer. I don't know if there's that many fish though. The water's only like a foot deep, if that. If you want me to play some music for you, maybe you can touch one of my devices that I have with me. Either that green light or that purple light. Or the little black part, little antenna piece that's next to those Civil War hats and axe. We potentially had some luck with the voice recorder. I'm not sure, I haven't reviewed the footage, but I think what that means is we should run it back, try another one, and see if somebody here wants to have a conversation with us. Maybe they're trying to talk. Because I will say, there's one thing, I think there is a feeling here, whether that's the objects that I had brought with me, or if the two people who were murdered here are still with us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start this voice recorder, and we're going to ask 3 questions with a space in between. Mr. Drummond, if you're here with me and you tried to speak the last time I did this, could you please speak into that red light again as loud and clear as you possibly can? Are those marks that's on the wood of the railroad tie, are they actually from when they hung you? We only did 2 questions that time because I just kind of want to see. I think those were 2 really good questions. So, let's run it back. Mr. Drummond, if you're here with me and you tried to speak the last time I did this, could you please speak into that red light again as loud and clear as you possibly can? Are those marks that's on the wood of the railroad tie, are they actually from when they hung you? It doesn't appear that we got anything that time, which, to be honest, that's fine. That means that the voice recorder is working. It's doing its job at picking up voices. Well, if you were trying to speak into that, I very much appreciate it. What I'm going to do now is pull out this device. It's called a spirit box. And what it does, it scans through radio frequencies. And if you were a miner, you would understand that there's these little creatures they say can speak through them. And they also say that you, as a dead person that is still walking among us, can speak through it. So I'm going to turn this on, and I hope that you have a conversation with us, with me. Mr. Drummond, are you here? What did that say? Mr. Drummond, if you're here, could you please say, "Yes, I'm here"? If you were murdered by the police, could you say out loud that you were murdered? Sound like I said people. Are you attached? Are you attached to the objects that I brought with me? There's fireflies, lightning bugs around me. Do you think those are cool? Hello. That's what it sounded like. Hello, are you here with me?
What did you leave behind?
Do you want me to leave? What year did you die? How many women were you with in your time?
What is your name?
I turned off the spirit box because it didn't really seem like we were getting many responses. I will say the clearest thing that I heard is when it said, hello? So what I think we're going to do is we're going to run one final EVP, burst EVP, and then I think we're going to head out of here. Because this place is really cool, but I am in the woods, and I'm by myself. So if you want to say anything, right now would be your last chance. So I ask.
Can you tell me the color of one of the things I am wearing?
It's a good question. Is there anything you would like to tell the world? Earlier when I felt cold around my neck, was that just the weather or was that you? Are you happy?
Who do you love most in life?
That last question is going to have to be ixnayed because a car drove by. And while I know what a car sounds like, even if somebody did talk, I wouldn't be able to present it as evidence. So let's throw this light on and let's listen to the EVP, or to the burst EVP session. Is there anything you would like to tell the world? Earlier when I felt cold around my neck, was that just the weather or was that you? Are you happy? Alright guys, well, that was Drummond Bridge. This is the ghost who was framed for murder. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching till the end. Make sure you go back, check out some other videos that you may have missed. I do have a Patreon. I do sell merch, this awesome merch. So if you want to support me, those are some of the best ways to do it. And if not, leave a comment down below and just say, rest in peace, Mr. Drummond. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you on the next one. Let's go ahead and get out of here.